in the NFL, you'll have them quarterbacks, really elite quarterbacks who will shock the world and go on to win a Super Bowl. But however, you'll also have them really elite quarterbacks, them Hall of Fame material type quarterbacks, like the Super Bowl ones, that won't be too lucky. When I mean by too lucky, I mean by going to the Super Bowl and winning. Like, for instance, Phillip Rivers, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, Warren Moon are all good examples of Hall of Fame and elite quarterbacks that have never won a Super Bowl. And the other side, when we look at really elite quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl, like, for instance, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers. All elite Hall of Fame-like quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. Which brings me to today's video. Now, in today's video, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Jalen Hurts will not be on this list because they've already won a Super Bowl. On today's list will be quarterbacks that haven't yet won a Super Bowl, but who I think will very soon. So, again, let's get into it. Here are the top 5 QBs who will win a Super Bowl and 5 that won't. Will win a Super Bowl, Justin Herbert. Okay, a lot of people's going to call me crazy for this, but the Chargers, they have been building around Justin Herbert, like Ladd McConkey, the wide receiver, and they've actually built up their running game too. Hampton, the rookie running back from last year. So, I mean, heck, the defense have gotten stronger, and the Chargers do have a Super Bowl head coach in Jim Harbaugh. So, I mean, there's really not much to say. And, I mean, we have seen improvements over the years with Jim Harbaugh leading the Chargers. So if the team just keeps on improving, the Chargers will eventually get over the playoff slump, and they will eventually go to the Super Bowl, and not just that, but winning their first Super Bowl in franchise history. That's my take. Justin Herbert will win a Super Bowl. Won't win a Super Bowl? Brock Purdy. Okay, we can go on and say Brock Purdy had an electric rookie year when he beat Tom Brady in his first career start as a 49er. Well, had you looked at the weapons around him now? I mean, they got rid of Brandon Ayuk, Jennings, bleh. And who did they replace them with? Mike Evans, which he is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Don't get me wrong, but he is a little bit washed. He's up there in age. And who else did they get? Christian Kirk. I mean, and also George Kittle, he's up there in age. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's still loyal, but he does have some injury concerns. And Trent Williams on the O-line, he isn't getting any younger either. I mean, the talents around Brock Purdy, they're up there in age. So, I think it's honestly safe to say that Brock Purdy will not get to a Super Bowl. Well, maybe in the future, I could probably see Brock Purdy eventually going back to a Super Bowl, maybe. But do I necessarily see him winning it? No. I mean, what you really think about it? I mean, do you think he could really beat, like, powerhouse AFC teams like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Broncos, heck, even the Chargers? I think it's safe to say that Brock Purdy will never win a Super Bowl. And even though Brock Purdy did lead his team to a Super Bowl in his second year in the league, where he lost to the Chiefs, I could eventually see him going back to the Super Bowl, but I do not see him winning it. He'll probably go out of the league as a legendary quarterback to play the game that has not won a Super Bowl. Number 4 will win a Super Bowl, Caleb Williams. After having a rough rookie year in 2024, Caleb Williams came back in 2025 and actually put on a show, leading the Bears to their first playoff win since 2010. And actually, even though he lost to the Rams in the second round, the guy still literally put on some magic. I mean, there was one play, it looked like he was about to get sacked, but he pulled out a Mahomie and threw a ball to Tucker Kraft for a touchdown to tie the game. I mean, that tells you this guy literally has some magic in him. And the team, not just that, but the team has been building around him. I mean, Cole Kmet, Loveland, Romo Odunze at wide receiver, and for their running back, Deontay Swift. I mean, what more can you ask for? And also, the Bears actually pulled off a 200 running yard game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Literally, the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. They literally ran 200 yards against that defense. I mean, that tells you something. That the Bears in the future could go to the Super Bowl. And also winning. They're bringing home their second Lombardi trophy. That's my take. Caleb Williams will win a Super Bowl. Won't win a Super Bowl? Josh Allen. Now, I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, I like Josh Allen. He's arguably a team carrier, but when it comes to the playoffs, the defense just makes costly mistakes when it matters most. And the refs just choose to rig it for the other team like how they did last year against the Broncos. And 3, Josh Allen, he makes costly mistakes in the playoffs that costs the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think Josh Allen, he'll definitely go out as a Hall of Fame quarterback, without a doubt, a team carrier. He'll definitely go out as that Phillip Rivers type quarterback, in my opinion. He'll go out as that team carrier, Phillip Rivers type quarterback that has not won a Super Bowl. Even though they did fire Sean McDermott and hire Joe Brady, I still don't think that's going to help anything. I mean, it could, but I don't see it. But yep, that's my take. I don't think Josh Allen will ever win a Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but that's my take. Will win a Super Bowl? Jayden Daniels. Now, I know what you're thinking. Brian, he's the next RG3. Had you seen his sophomore slump? Well, yeah. But when we go back and look at those numbers, even though he has suffered an injury, I mean, he didn't have a true sophomore slump when we go back and look at his stats. I mean, he did have 10 total touchdowns this year and only 3 to 8 turnovers. So, I mean, keep in mind, there actually has been quarterbacks that have gotten injured their second year. Like, for instance, Josh Allen, he got hurt his second year. Same with Joe Burrow. So, and Commanders, they've actually started building more around him this offseason. They've actually been building around him. I mean, there's been rumors that Brandon Ayuk might come in. They re-signed Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin. The defense continues to get more stronger with free agency. So, if they continue on just improving, and if Jayden Daniels doesn't continue to take big hits, and if he just plays safely, I could see the Commanders and Jayden Daniels winning a Super Bowl. Well, I said it. If he just plays safe and doesn't take big hits and avoids bad sacks, Jayden Daniels will eventually win a Super Bowl. That's my take. Won't win a Super Bowl? Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was playing flag football at the national tournament, and where he did play pretty good, but we're talking about real football. Joe Burrow, every year, he gets injured. He's playing with a really bad O-line. And there was this one year back in 2024 where he led the Cincinnati Bengals to a 5 straight game winning streak. That proved real how bad Joe Burrow wants to get a ring for the franchise, but I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen. Of how bad the Cincinnati Bengal O-line is, of how bad the defense is. I mean, they signed Mafe. I mean, heck, he's not very good. Even though he won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks, Mafe really isn't all that good. Jonathan Allen. I mean, even though he has been productive, he's still up there in age. The only good signing that the Cincinnati Bengals did on the defense is signing Brian Cook. That's the only good signing they made. Everything else, just garbage. So, honestly, at this point of just how bad the Cincinnati Bengal O-line is, I do not see Joe Burrow leading his team back to a Super Bowl. And that's my take. Will win a Super Bowl? Bo Nix. Now, this is a really strong team with a really strong offense and defense, with a really elite corner, Patrick Surtain II, and going to offense. I mean, heck, this is a superstar squad. Of course, Bo Nix, Courtland Sutton, J.K. Dobbins, and heck, new arrivals like Jalen Waddle. I mean, heck, this is a superstar squad. And going back to defense, Zach Allen, he's a top defensive end. He knows how to scare young quarterbacks. So, of how strong this team is, I could potentially see them going to the Super Bowl. Maybe not this year, but in the future, I do see Bo Nix eventually winning a Super Bowl. And that's my take. Won't win a Super Bowl, Jared Goff. And now, don't get me wrong, the Lions, they are a pretty talented team. Don't get me wrong, with Aiden Hutchinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, again, Jared Goff himself, and Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, this is arguably a pretty talented team. So what's the problem here? The team is full-on injury prone. They were injured in 2024, and heck, some of the players were injured again in 2025. Like, their whole cornerbacks were injured. Like, for instance, against the Chiefs, their whole cornerbacks were injured because they don't know how to stay healthy like always. And they lost to the Chiefs. And they also lost to the Eagles because they're an injury-prone team. Even though they do have talented players, they do not have a healthy, blown team. And they lost to us. They lost to us. The Steelers. I mean, I'm not saying that they won't win a Super Bowl because they lost to these three teams. The reason why I'm saying that they won't win a Super Bowl is because they're not a healthy team. They're not healthy. If they would stay healthy, then I could see them winning. But I don't. As of right now, I don't see Jared Goff winning a Super Bowl. He'll probably go out as that legendary quarterback that has not won a Super Bowl. Will win a Super Bowl? Trevor Lawrence. Now you guys might think, huh? The Jaguars quarterback? First of all, yes, it's the Jaguars quarterback, and here's why. He has improved so much this year. With Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., I mean, heck, he didn't even have to use Brian Thomas Jr. all that much. I mean, Liam Cohen, he has turned Trevor Lawrence around. We've seen it in lates of the season. And not just that, but the Jaguars' defense, I mean, it's actually getting really better. They brought back key players. They might have let Devin Lloyd go to the Panthers, but they still have Josh Allen, Travon Walker, and Antonio Johnson. This Jaguars defense is still lit. And if they just keep on improving, find more defensive players in the draft, then I could possibly see them going on a possible Super Bowl run this year. I mean, by the way it's looking, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I do see Trevor Lawrence winning a Super Bowl. That's my take. Won't win a Super Bowl? C.J. Stroud. There's without a doubt the Texans have a top 10 defense, led by Will Anderson Jr. And now, new faces like Reed Blankenship, Derek Stingley Jr. The only problem is C.J. Stroud is digressing. One time, his rookie year, C.J. Stroud was the most exciting and dominant rookies to ever come out. He put up the most dominating rookie years that we've ever seen in recent memory. But his second and third year, he collapsed. Most recently against the Patriots in the second round of the playoffs of last year. In that game, he did not throw just not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 interceptions versus the Patriots. I mean, the Houston Texans have Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, so you would think he wouldn't throw that many interceptions. Even if he lost, I mean, he shouldn't have thrown that many interceptions. I mean, what on earth was going through C.J. Stroud's head versus the Patriots? When I was watching him, I'm like, buddy, what are you doing? Honestly, if he wouldn't have thrown those many interceptions or made those many mistakes, there's without a doubt the Houston Texans would have won that game. The Houston Texans would have won, and the Patriots wouldn't have went to the Super Bowl. And I'm just speaking facts. So I mean, with the O-line not getting any better, I at this point do not see C.J. Stroud ever winning a Super Bowl. That's my take. And that's the end of the video, folks. Do you all agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. I love comments. See you guys later.